Here's a TV that looks like an apple.
Hi. I was having some just making sure. I was having some audio issues before stream. Thankfully, I fixed it. I'm also home. Great. I'm polyp free. Yay. Although my no polyp streak has been broken, so Okami's a little sad by that, unfortunately. I'm not sleeping on the power cable. Oh my gosh, I step on it one time. I'm gonna move. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I move Artemis before we start. I can't believe I actually remembered. Uh, Hi, Herb. How are you? No, I'm really not. I'm actually like really worried. I look like I rolled out of a hospital bed still. To be honest, that's I'm so afraid I still look like that.
G
Oh,
R
I need
R
to
R
lower.
R R R R R R R R woof woof
Uh,
bark
uh,
bark KRF bark gur woof snarl HSSSS gur woof woof bark KRF gur HSSSS woof woof bark KRF GRRRRR HSSSS bark KRF gur woof woof bark GRRR snarl ARF woof bark KRF snarl HSSSSS.
am I allowed to speak now?
5 subbabies. That's almost one per colonoscopy.
I am. I don't know which one broke me. Um. Also, no, I've counted. I've had 7 colonoscopies. So fight me. You're you're a few off, Rob. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Claire, thank you for the 48 months. Rob, thank you for the 45 months. Nacho, thank you for we're almost at level 25 on this dragon. Oh man, what happened? Oh, was the mustache there before? I don't remember. Corn dogs are popsicles and ketchup is syrup. Okay, by definition, popsicles have to be cold. So unless you're eating a frozen corn dog, which I seriously hope you're not eating a frozen corn dog, because then I'm a little afraid for your teeth. Also, I don't know if that's healthy.
Yeehaw gamers.
Tylenose, thank you for the 21 months. Bee-haw, bee-haw. Because remember, if we reach 1500 for St. Jude by the end of May, bee-haw tattoo is an option. Yeehaw. Um, um, I was going based on your comment earlier. I said 6 or 7-ish because I had to count with JT how many colonoscopies I had. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure this was my 7th one. So yeah, when the time comes when everybody in chat needs a colonoscopy, don't worry. I've had 7. Once I hit 10, I think I get a free Sunday. At least I think that's the joke. That hopefully, although I will say I did get a nice lunch afterwards, but seriously, I am so sorry about yesterday. I was so tired. Normally I'm not that tired after anesthesia, but for some reason yesterday, I got home and I think it was just the amount of relief in me that they got a polyp out, and I was just like, all right, that's it. I'm laying down. I'm going to bed. I don't want to have to worry about this for at least another year. Would you prefer colonoscopies or more math? That's a trick question. It depends on the math because I can sleep during a colonoscopy. So it wholly depends on the type of math you're throwing at me. Like I will take a colonoscopy over algebra, but if you throw geometry at me, I'll take geometry over the colonoscopy. Um Oh no, does it not? Oh, oh no, does it not have TTS? Okay, so yeah, yeah, you. So for those of you who don't know, I did declare it's fine. He described it. It was a teeny tiny baby polyp. It was basically nothing. I don't even know how he saw it because he came up to me when I was waking up and he was like, "Yeah, see the tip of my pen? Your polyp was like that big." So I was like, "How did you even see that?" Um, and it's not like it was a baby like I said, it was so tiny. He took it out. He was like, you're fine, go home. And I'm like, okay, but that probably means I need another one sooner rather than later for my next one, but I don't care. I'm like, thank you. And I love him, I'm keeping him. I was so nervous having a new GI doctor, and I'm like, nah, I'm keeping him. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, yeah, so Twitch sent me the email saying um that I was one of the I was one of the people chosen to try out the new cheering system. So I'm sorry there's no TTS. I have no idea how it works. But thank you, Rob. A free Sunday. I'd hope they don't give you... Rob, go away, please. Also, I'm allowed to eat whatever I want when I'm done. That's the rule. Okay? Listen, if I don't eat a whole day, I'm allowed to eat whatever I want afterwards. That's all I'm saying. Yes, it is very much a beta feature, so I have no idea how it works. I cannot eat hot sauce Tylenol. I will go right back to the doctor. But yeah, hi. We're gonna continue on with Ace Attorney Investigations, and we are nearing the end of this game. I'm suspecting this case is gonna take this stream and one more stream, so that I think that's a try Twitch Wumbo. There is no beta feature for Twitch Wumbo. But yes, also, and if we hit 300 for St. Jude tonight, I have some Steam keys for games that I have to give away. If we hit 300 tonight, the first one will be activated. Anybody who has contributed to the campaign, even if you donated just $1, let's say, you can be entered to win one of those. And if you win, you get to pick from a list, just like we did last year. Since I have added those on to the milestones I had already done, just to try and throw in something a little more, as a thank you for you guys for helping to support the kids. You think the case is almost over. Oh, I never said the case was almost over, but I know this is the last case, so I'm gonna see. I've been babbling long enough. We're gonna start right now, but we're gonna see how far we get. Beehaw Noodle. I'm not getting a tattoo of Beehaw Noodle. Nice try. I wouldn't blame anyone other than the staff for Rob. Can you give Emil a kiss for me, please? Because I really want to kiss him and I can't. But where was where were we? That was my save state, right? Okay. I need to move things over so I can hear. Okie dokie. So let's go. Let's continue to where we were. I've left the Damask 2 investigation to Franziska and returned to Babal. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! That is not what happened, Nacho. That is not what happened. It's okay. What's the situation? Oh, it's great. Investigating is so much fun. In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. We weren't goofing off, honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out. Very well, then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Oh, we've had a really fun time, sir. Oh, game audio is loud. I shall fix that. Thank you for letting me know. Why am I grandma? Oh my gosh, I am not that old. Why are you calling me grandma? It's because I'm over 25? Oh my gosh. You still have a ton of work? Oh, good news! I am here for good news. I knew it. 0 progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. You have permission to enter the Alabastian Embassy, is that correct? Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with the investigations on both sides, sir. Good, in that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. So, everything we picked up from before, they belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask. The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday. Oh, understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that has lost their value given to Gumshoe. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore, either. What? Are you really going to throw away that autograph? The reveal is, it's looking good, yeah, okay. I mean, I hope, fam, I really hope, because I totally admit, yeah, I totally admit having a second job along with the streams would really help our situation, not gonna lie. Oh my You know, oh, speaking of though, I will talk to you about stuff later. In terms of, you know, making sure, you know, there's some stuff I will message you about. Is this the Okami stream? No, this is the Krusty Krab. No, this is Patrick. This is the Patrick stream. Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and disposed of. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Okay, so a ton of stuff got... we're lighting the load, as it were. I may or may not know some of the details. I know, I figured Eclair would tell you. Thanks, Sonic. Okay. I am going to talk to everybody just to make sure we're all up to date here. Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. So, what did you find out? Ah, well, I take it he has found nothing of any particular use, as usual. Investigation update. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Palladino. Oh, and what is this? Something interesting? It was not Maya. That's her. Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? Well, apparently, if you burn the special white crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns this green color, sir. Interesting, so it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out. Hey, Gummy, what about these silhouettes? They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it'd project the images. Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? What's this, Star Wars? Palpatine, what is this, Star Wars? You missed it, that was yesterday. You're a day late to that, Nacho. Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Oh, well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as his assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Okay, I love Gumshoe. I don't know if I would use the word professional to describe Gumshoe. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be mean. I feel bad. Ah, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these you can eat whatever you'd like. And these are? Discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern, however, these coupons do nothing for me right now. Oh boy, what are they serving in the cafeteria tomorrow? Corned beef? This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babal. I heard that tonight over in the Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Yatagarasu started. Exactly. I know there's food, Tylanos. I know it's a cafeteria. If there isn't food, then the name is a little misleading. Ambassador Palladino. Oh man, if they don't have dino nuggies, I'm gonna cry. I'd like to ask you a little more about the Primador statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabast and Babal used to be one country called Cadopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Prima Dose statue belonged to the founders of Cadopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Cadopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right, which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabast and Babal were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Prima Dose statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Palladino knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Ambassador Palladino, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes, oh, and don't worry. You can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I expect you to be coming to Babal, yes? Thank you, but just one thing is all I require. Manny Cochin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Why does he seem a little, I think it's pretty natural for me to ask about the deceased. Why are you acting a little shady about that? Don't act that surprised. I think that's common sense. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. It sounds like Mr. Cochin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy, since I became the Babali's representative at the Country Unification Council. He's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch, our 2 countries were to reunify and become one again. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. Okay, now I'm wondering, did somebody just not want this particular event to happen? Is what I'm thinking. Okay, so we need to, I know I need to show him something. Oh, the key piece, he said. Where's all my stuff again? Okay, going over. It's not the badge. It's not the badge. That is not the key they were referring to. It's not the badge. Oh my gosh. I can't even. I think we were talking about the statues earlier, so I think that's what we were. I think that's what they want me to, present. Ambassador Palladino, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Prima Dose statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Prima Dose statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession. Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it is definitely Alabast statue. I know because it's the real statue. Then you're saying that Babal's was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. Yes, I could show the badge. Theoretically, Tylanos, I could, but answer me this. Where is that gonna get me? To say that we could not determine which statue is the real one. Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabas? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country. That's the gist of it. Babal is just as strict as Alabas in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yatagarasu? In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected, of this I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden in the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There's little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here. I was thinking they have concerts here at this open-air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? What is this? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down, so I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. That means Clavier is the killer. Clavier is not part of this! Don't even bring him into this! Oh my gosh. I don't know where I'm going, so, let's go see. Okay, so, me thinking, they said the Rose Garden was on the other side, right? Tell me I'm remembering the directions, right? I think I'll be returning to the investigation in Alabas now, but I know, I'll go back to Babal and do some more investigating there. Okay, so we need to go to there's the Rose Garden. Ooh, it's actually kind of pretty. I'm not gonna lie. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. Oh, no, there she is. How are things in Babal? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. The investigation into Manny Cochin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has. Ah yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can really traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where the witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu. That's correct. Ambassador Alba was going to give a speech here tonight in Alabas, and that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, there was the fire at the Ababalese embassy that the Yatagarasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Okay, so we're gonna have to look around here. I'm gonna go to the oh, hi! Hi! Not even that! Why is this on the floor? Is it possible that the Yatagarasu hid in the bushes? Of course not! They're rose bushes! You've been spending so much time with Snuffy and that girl, they're rubbing off on you. Yeah, there's gonna be thorns in there, right? But it's alright, I'll make you out of your stupor. I'm not sure I feel like I deserve that. Now, the next time you feel like sleep-talking, remember that I'll whip you for real. All I tried to do was offer up a possibility, and this is what I get. Is the statue any different if I examine it out of curiosity? A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primadeur. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about a statue, and she somehow made that the leap to that? Can I look in the fountain? Francisca, you literally just found out that Larry of all people climbed across the roof of the embassy in a steel samurai costume. Why are you surprised someone could sneak across the... You know, I'm already shocked Larry was able to do that and nobody saw just a man on the roof. I'm just saying. But yeah, security's a little lacking here. Maybe we wouldn't have had a double murder if security was better here. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fountain spots are set to stay until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level, which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. Okay, because sneaking across the border is boring. And that was boring! Why was Larry in there? What? Why was he in the fountain? I'm sorry. Was he collecting the coins at the bottom? I'm sorry. How are you breathing? I'm just... It's just so cute. How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, Edgy, thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that. Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun? Yes. Yes, I do. I really do. Alright then, did you by any chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy? You're what? No. Oh, you're Samurai son. I was so confused for a minute. I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. Oh yeah, but excellent parenting. You're looking for your son at the bottom of a fountain where he could drown. You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway? Huh. Oh, how old is he again? Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? The mother? Oh, that chick, the pink princess! The pink princess. Not literally. Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he is looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yup, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant, but rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of here. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. I didn't mean to go back in the water, you... Larry dropped his baby in a pool. If I had done... Oh my gosh. Let's just say if I had done that during my baby project in high school, I think I probably would have gotten an F for that, even though it wasn't a real baby. What? I know, exactly. He has caused... How has he not caused an He technically has caused an international incident. They just haven't pressed charges on him, which I'm kind of like, why? You should. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Larry, unique is a pretty solid word right there. The statue bears a resemblance to the Prima Dove statue. The plaque says, King Prima Dove and the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Prima Dove put his life on the line and went to war. So Prima Dove was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed. I suppose there's that too. Can I speak? Are you gonna actually tell me anything, Lang? Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Yes, sir. And we found nada. 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir. Oh my gosh. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Ah, yes, let's get this illegal park. I'm not really concerned about the illegal parking, okay? I mean, compared to murder. Agent Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor, I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? The Yachigarasu. I hope the illegal parking was Larry. I would not be surprised if Larry caused both illegal parking. No, I can't see Larry as like pickpocketing, but I can see him running a light. You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time, so naturally you witnessed when the Yachigarasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief all right, with my own 2 eyes. The Yachigarasu was always there lurking in the shadows, but when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of "It's the Yachigarasu" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out, and by the time we got the area lit again, the deft thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. It was totally me, I did it. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain, the Yachigarasu was here. So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette? Objection! Yeah. If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else. Ha! Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. Not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow? That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yachigarasu, I believe I figured out its true origin. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now, let's hear what you know on the subject. What really casts the shadow of the Yachigarasu? Oh, so we're gonna have to actually, like, pick it out? Okay, I'm gonna have to compare. So, I can look at both sides. Okay. So, I'm trying to see if I can get, like, the out... I don't know, that kind of... It's not the badge! So, just... I feel like it's gonna be one of the statues. Why? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why I see Sonic the Hedgehog in this. I'm really sorry. I just realized if I look, like, towards the you guys can't see where I'm pointing the cursor, but it looks like just above the podium, it looks like just Sonic with longer spines. I don't know why my mind went there. I am so sorry, everyone. Okay, actually thinking this through, though. So, I've got to look for... how do I explain it? It's gonna be probably one of the statues, I'm thinking. That's probably helping make the... I don't know which one. I'm gonna try this one first. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yachigarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue? Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yachigarasu. You are correct, however, this statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What is the other part to the real form? Is it the other statue? Because those are the only 2 things I was thinking of, honestly. It's another statue. The Yatagarasu's shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Wow, I guessed that. I didn't think it'd be both statues. I was like, oh, it's probably just the one and I have to guess, right? Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panicked state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primada in the battlefield, the shadow of the king statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set up a light on the queen who spoke of love to King Primada, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage. Aha! So if we were to combine the two shadows... It doesn't... Yeah, that doesn't look right. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Franziska. The way the light needs to be shown on the queen statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe that the whole of the king's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. Only one part? Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill the rest of the Yatagarasu's shadow. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're right. I apologize. Now, what part of the queen's statue was used? Okay, I'm gonna have to point this out. She wasn't... She was swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion. Okay. Oh, I don't know what part, because I've been totally guessing this whole time. Okay. So I've got to compare. We're missing, like, oh, there's the outline that we're missing. Her hand? Is it her hand? I feel like it's her hand. That would make sense. Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? Ah, that's right. It can only be the shadow of the queen's left hand. Franziska, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the queen's left hand? All right, let's give it a try and see what we get. Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also a part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu's shadow had vanished, which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabast tonight. The only country that thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabast. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. Oh, cool, we're done here. How's the investigation going? Oh, hey, Bad, what's up? Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge, and my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu, so yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please. When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering, and one woman claimed, "I'm telling ya, I'm a genuine international journalist." She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. Oh no. Hi, can we zoom in on that? What in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air? The times, they are changing. It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Oh no, it's Batman. That's what I'm thinking right now. Apparently, right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out, it was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see, so this was taken after the fire. Man, this picture's weird. Thanks, Lotta. I can't believe I'm saying this. The blur in this picture took off from the Bobbly's embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabast. This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. It's not technically flying. It's not technically. It's gliding. I mean, I don't know. I can't call it fly. It's not natural. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well, too, actually. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off from the Babalese embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit. Alright. Alright, go into the other side again. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you. To the right side of the building! Thank goodness I'm holding up my left arm, but it looks right on camera. I wasn't sure about that. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation. Yes, let's. To the other side, stage right. Again, stage right. Back in the Burt room. Ooh, good time to hydrate, actually. To think after all the running around, we're right back where we started. It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Palladino, but I have yet to find his killer. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who is only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there is anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, all right? Mr. Palladino? Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh sure, please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Palladino. You're a total gentleman. You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Sir Palladino! Those two sure got chummy awfully quickly. You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? We should probably start by comparing the statue of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. Yeah, when I came into this room, the person was already gone, but I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Cochin's killer. We don't know that yet, however, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, honk! Furthermore, yes, it was the goose. I mean, the goose would cause a fire, let's be real here. Because the key the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Cochin's killer! Yet again, we don't know that. There were too many mysteries to be solved in this case. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years. Uncle Bad? Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. But this could be how that person escaped. Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up where our investigation left off. Okay, so we are back here now. I can't... I'm sorry, I can't believe Maya learned how to fly. And where do you think she learned how to fly? I don't think she actually did. Oh my gosh, okay, anyway, I don't know where to start here. Ooh. I apologize, y'all. I'm still, like, really tired, and I shouldn't be, and I can't blame the anesthesia because it should be out of my system, but I'm, for some reason, kind of tired. Anything by the window? You can see the Alabastian Embassy through this window. So, where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damask II was killed. What? You don't mean the Damask II? Poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this. Even though Damask II was merely an imposter of the original. No, I can't go to bed. It's 9 o'clock at night. I cannot go to bed. It was, like, way too early. Then I'll really be Grandma. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire. Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. Okay, so I already see the ink on the desk that's already, like, kind of, catching my eye. There is a bottle of Bobbly's ink on Mr. Cochin's desk, and it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink. Hey, Mr. Palladino, it looks like your precious Bobbly's ink is all right after all. What? That's odd. Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? Yes, please? Hi, Mr. Deku! Are you making the biscuits? Is it time for biscuits? Hi! Yeah! It's time for the biscuits! It's time for the biscuits on the bed! Okay, he got the butt scratches. Yes, he is baby. Oh no, his sister's coming. Oh no, I started something. Oh no, hi, I have 2 of you now. What do I do? Oh no, she's here. The attention-seeking one is here. Oh my gosh. Can I still examine the desk? I don't think I discovered everything. Yes, my lap is free. You may come up on my lap. So I guess the embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh? Well, what did you imagine them to look like? I thought that the balls would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way, it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabast, don't you think? Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Cadopia? There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place. You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and imagination. That? Are you just gonna lay there? Wow, you're not even gonna lay on my lap? You're just gonna lay next to me? Wow. Wow, is my lap not good enough anymore? Wow, I'm so insulted right now by this. There is only one book left standing here, Treasures of the World. Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh, I see. The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate, why? It looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. Yeah, so that's really not going to help us in this case. It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them. Babala sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon. And what kind of discount would that net you? The 5-finger kind, what else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer. Things such as the truth. What else would I steal? What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. Coupons. I'll take the coupons. Manny Cochin, his name is written here on this nameplate. Why would you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office? I suppose it's to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake. Do you think maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name if you forget? Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to sit a nameplate on one's desk. This is the last, aside from the chair, I should probably actually look at the chair. That looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at the crime scenes. That's because I am a prosecutor and it's a part of my job to examine things. And my job is to be a great thief, which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything. I just love, don't touch anything. It looks like a bunch of flyers. Okay, it's going back to the coupons. So I think that's everything on the desk side of things. So I'm gonna back out of here. Hi! I'm gonna back out of there. Can I elaborate more on that ink, please? Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight? Uh-huh. Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Bobbly's embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was. Why am I only just hearing about that now? Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Jammin' Ninja show. Ah, well, the fire occurred at the start of the Jammin' Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater-goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the Jammin' Ninja show was the second one of the night? Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? Oh, that's gonna make things more confusing for me. One was this photo taken, apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. I didn't even notice he said fires. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Wow, I didn't even notice that. So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it. That's how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Palladino. Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were, and if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After oh my gosh, he's gonna really go on about his whole day, isn't he? After that I had a roll for breakfast. Fascinating. How about if we just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you'd like a condensed version? Alright, I can do that for you. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, your morning activities. So, what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning? Well, originally, we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jammin' Ninja, but Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office. You helped clean Mr. Cochin's office? Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Oh, I did not know that. Which is why both the Prima Dust statue and the Babalis knife set are down here. I see. Oh, the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace. I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain, though. About that, I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me. An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of his secretary's anger. Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Babalis ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see, and he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. It's just ink. Don't get that angry. Apparently orders go up the chain of command around here. Like, he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. That's about it for what we did this morning, just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. What about the afternoon? Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatrum Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office and on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater, because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja. He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire, as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy's staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show? Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep. I see. Ambassador Palladino, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there is anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? Mr. Cochin's ink, why did he get so angry? Why did he get angry? I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink. I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. Oh, hold the phone. Aside from aviary attorney callback of green being the color of evil, for some reason, greening, green, you say? Like the color of a certain lantern that I am currently carrying on my person? Hi, Miss Luna. Hi. Did you decide you wanted to be here with me? The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all. The fire was green. What was the cause? Well, it was Maleficent fire. Well, white crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern. And Bobbly's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire, so that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery. What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? I don't know what it is about this green he's stuck in, but it's really green. Hi. The Viridian Killer caused the fire. I don't think the Viridian Killer is involved in this. Just a thought. Do I only have one logic piece on me right now? I have two. I have the fireplaces and the renovations. Interesting. But that's the only two I kind of have. Did I miss anything by the desk out of curiosity? That's what I'm curious about. Hi! Hi! How are you? How is your night going? Did you spill any Bobbly's ink all over the carpet? We don't have Bobbly's ink. I love you. Did I miss any? Oh, wait, the drawer's open. Oh my gosh, did I miss that? I don't know why I noticed that now. It would appear that the desk also fell victim to the fire, but it doesn't look too damaged. Oh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit. I suppose we really should take a look. I didn't even notice that the first time. Hold the phone. This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. Okay, there's the notepad, and over here, she is the best cat. Just let her know. It seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well. Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's the value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here, Mr. Edgeworth. It's not pointing anything out to me. Those are the only two things it seems to be pointing out to me. Am I supposed to compare? Oh, maybe I'm supposed to deduce something here. Because those are the only two things here. I don't know. I don't know which one. What do I have on me? What do I have on me? Okay. We have the guide, we have the body notes, the key, the knife, the statue, the Cadopian paper, the Bobbly's knife handle, counterfeit bills, the ink. Wait a minute, those two look the same. It's not the badge. I know I have the badge on me, it's not the badge. I just noticed a certain similarity here between, this piece of paper and Damask note. Huh. That's a freaky dinky coincidence. I am going to deduce something here. Yes, I think it is. It's a very, very particular shape here. The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Hey, you're right. What is it? It looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. Yes, that notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see. Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it. Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Palladino, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. This looks like Manny's handwriting. I see, in that case. Oh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Alabast. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II. Damask II? Then this note? Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask II to steal the Prima Doe statue. What? Manny tried to steal Alabast's Prima Doe statue? We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin? Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue? There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you could tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Okay, we're gonna go back and talk to him again. Hi, what's with the tail flick? What is with the tail flick? Why? Why? Yeah, you like the tummy rubs? You like the tummy rubs? You keep getting the tummy rubs. Job for Master Mask. I believe what you said might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired Damask II. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier... Hi. I love you. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as part of today's event. But because of the Yatagarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? Hahaha, I am actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, Babal's statue, well, it's just a replica. And did Mr. Cochin know that about Babal's Prima Doe statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, let me handle it. It'll be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Cadopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious. Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Cadopian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I was or will be. I don't know the answer to why he was trying so hard yet. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness. Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested? Yep, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all. It's Gummy! What is all this, Gummy? That's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire. Good work, Detective. It was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk. Wow, you two reminded me so much of my father and Uncle Bad. What do you mean? As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Aww. Well, don't you worry. I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Yatagarasu just like my father, right? Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. Hehe, you bet. So, what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Yeah? That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon? Oh, you mean Little Thief? You're coming to rely on it, aren't you? I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered in the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. You got it! Alright, here we go. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw used as well. Oh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about? This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted. Really? This is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. Okay, hold on. Quick sippy break. Oh, okay. That was good. Colon V. Okay, so, this over here, the fire started over here then, which makes sense with what Palladino said when he opened the door. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Palladino saw. With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in. Okay, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babal, I suppose. I guess Mr. Palladino was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh? Yes, you could put it that way. And since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it. That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cochin's killer. That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one else would be in here. Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in? But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Well, whatever it is that person burned, it made a rather sizable fire. And since the fire's green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean. Yes, and I do believe that what you are thinking is exactly why these flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same? We've got it! I've got it right here! It's the Maleficent lantern! I'm gonna keep calling it that. This silhouette lantern, its green flame comes from the white crystal oil it's burning. Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too! I love the green it gives off. I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by white crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from white crystal oil. Bless you! Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Palladino was mistaken about, right? Yes, precisely, as we found out earlier in our investigation. What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir? Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing that made, from white crystal oil, that Palladino was mistaken about. Oh right, it was the ink. Oh right, didn't we talk about it being the ink before? Am I crazy? I felt like that special white crystal oil. Yeah, okay, it was. Bobbly's ink is made from white crystal oil. Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right? Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Bobbly's ink. Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right? Yes, however, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames. Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. It would appear that I finally found it. The smuggling ring's real goal. Made of Bobbly's ink, this is the source of the green flames. When we were talking about all the counterfeit. Do I still, yeah, I still have that on me.
Take that!
What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhengfa. You're kidding? You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well. Ah, yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed this crime, for they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. Oh, okay, it's been updated. Okay. Where else do I need to... Oh, over there. That looks like it's been moved. Right here. This grandfather clock, it was apparently in a different position before the fire. According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir. Which means that, most likely, it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now. But I don't hear any chiming. Oh, that's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something. Ambassador Palladino, may we take a look inside that clock? Sure, go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock. Yes, sir, I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir. It looks like a length of wire, so this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Palladino that put the wire in there. But perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did. Why was there a wire in there? I find that really creepy, I'm sorry. I just really do. Right here on the floor? It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and around and play music. I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies. Yeah, that's it. But they're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right around like a record. Oh my god. Okay, that probably wasn't a direct translation from the original script. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure one of the translators just put that in there. You don't actually spin the baby. Maya, stop hiding wire and clocks. Why are we still blaming Maya for this? Please don't spin the baby. That's all I ask. I see. I guess I could see how you might think that. I'm mad at whoever just was in charge of that specific line. So, Babal is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh? Yes, it would appear that way. You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case? Do you already have a destination in mind? Well, ideally, I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training. Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammin' Ninja TV show. Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't believe she took me seriously. I kinda took you seriously. A fireplace, huh? So Babal's offices have them too. Two? There was a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found the undershirt in the fireplace. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we could play hide and seek. Only so many places to hide in a fireplace, and why would I tell you where I'm hiding? That defeats the purpose of hide and seek. And come out covered in soot? I think not. You really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not gonna tell you where I'm hiding in hide and seek. That looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so oh, it's the same conversation. Okay, a window is next, I believe? I know, Miss Luna. I can feel she's making the kitty biscuits on my leg. It kinda hurts, but I can't stop her because it's too cute. You can see the Alabastrian Embassy through this window, so where were you when you... Okay, so again, same conversation. Okay. I'm not sure. Is Gumshoe still there? I don't think I talked to Gumshoe. Let me go talk to Gumshoe. I think. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. Someone does have to sing that to Edgeworth. Do we have anything, Gumshoe? Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct? Yep, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First, I tried the elevator. Why would you try the elevator during a fire? Gumshoe, I love you, but why did you do, like, one of the few things you're not supposed to do during a fire in a building? But I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have burned to a crisp. Thank you. What? That's odd. We always warn our staff that in case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Thank you. Oh? Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic? Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babalese embassy at all? I didn't personally, and the other staff members told me they never got a good look at that person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective. During the fire? The second fire broke out around the same time the Yatagarasu was spotted in Alabas. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babal, which caused some panic. So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babal. Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. That's not enough to make a positive ID, you know? Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. A person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabas was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal is also suspect. You can't be serious. Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Callisto, you. So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Koshin, then disappeared. Yeah, that sounds like the rundown. By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu? I did, but well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with and was lost for a while there. You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective. I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue. Oh, is that a fact? Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around in the 3rd floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away. Oh, that's probably when I found Mr. Kochin's body. Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Shinna wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon. Still, it's too bad that... What body? There's no body.
Has been discovered. After
What body?
A certain amount of time,
There's
you
no
may
body.
use however you like.
There is no
trial
body.
Will begin.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I if there's another one, I'm gonna start crying because no. What Gumshoe heard. Once per Smurf You know, you're just reminding me when I had blue hair and my father teased me so much about it, calling me, saying I had Smurf blue hair. It's too bad that Agent Shinna got here before I did. I wonder where Agent Shinna was before you found her here. Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out from the room next door. Oh, interesting. Didn't know that. Agent Shinna mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier. Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu. She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her. Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir? We've examined everything in this office, but there is one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Palladino about it. Ambassador Palladino, there is something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? About this office, it appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. That's right, you've also paid a visit to the Albastian side of the embassy. 2 embassies actually used to be 1. Yes, I know, even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical. Symmetry. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office. You mean for your handshake photo op with the Jamma Ninja? Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of Babal's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Connect the dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. Okay, I want to check my logic really quick, because we have a few now. Okay, we have the fireplaces, Shina's location, we have the renovations, and we have the, bilateral symmetry. Hold on one sec, I'm just checking my phone really quick, because I'm getting messages really quick. Okay, I have to, okay, sorry, had to catch up on a few things. So many things happened while I was not looking at my phone, apparently. So the connected, okay, because this used to be 1 embassy, offices on the 2 sides are symmetrical. So, Shina's location, she was in the room next to Mr. Cochin's. The renovations in the Babalese embassy, and then the fireplace. Okay, here's the thing, the fireplaces are connected. So, if the building is bilateral, because it used to be 1 building, doesn't that mean the connected fireplace, wouldn't they also be here? I'm just thinking, I don't know, maybe I'm reaching really far for this, but I'm wondering. The Alabastian and Babalese sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway. A secret passageway? In Alabast, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. A revolving wall? It sounds like something out of a ninja house. Wow, there was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir? What? This embassy holds that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room. What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed, and my first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace. Okay. It looks like just another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So how do you turn it again? In Alabast, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace. Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. You scared me, sir. There is something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts. Huh? We found an X where you thought there'd be one, right? We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from this scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? There's something missing. Oh, I don't remember from last time. I super don't remember. Am I able to look at it in my organizer? I don't remember what it was. I don't think I have it in here. I'm double checking just to be sure. I don't even think it's in here. It is not in here. I don't remember what it was. Oh. That can be a problem. I'm gonna have to examine. All I see inside this fireplace is starter wood. That's odd. It doesn't match up with what Mr. Palladino said earlier. What is the meaning of this contradiction? Okay. Yeah, those are like the only two spots of the fireplace I can examine. If we push the X mark, the fireplace wall should turn. A revolving fireplace wall. That's neat, sir. We should hurry up and... Yeah, those are the only two things I can examine in this fireplace. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. He said earlier, he mentioned the ashes, or about not cleaning the ashes, but the wood is still there. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can I present that? Do I have it as evidence? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I have it. Okay. Spilled the ink in the back wall, left ashes there. Okay, no. Something's up. Ambassador Palladino, you said that you burnt some old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right, but why are you asking, and why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry, I admit I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it. Let's see, where did all the ashes go? You seem a little surprised. Something's up there. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't really think that Ambassador Palladino is lying, do you? Oh, I think he is. No, there is no reason for him to lie. Really? I thought he was lying. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Okay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it. I'll add it in the ashes from the burnt files, and... Sounds like we pretty much figured everything out now, huh? Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us. Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right? Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know. There is really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. Okay, so now I guess I have to go back that it's been updated? I think? Examine? I already checked this area earlier where it never hurts to take a... So now do I? Examine that area now? The ashes Ambassador Palladino left here have disappeared. If we follow where this place of information leads, we should begin to see the truth. It's time to use your secret weapon, right? The logic? I think that's what they're hinting at I have to do? Okay. Hold on. Logic. So I've got, revolving fireplace use. It's possible someone used the Is it when they use the revolving fireplace that the ashes were misplaced, I'm thinking? Again, not sure if that's 100% correct. The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Palladino said that he spilled some Bobolese ink while he was burning the files, and yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well then, I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room, which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. Oh my gosh, that Finn emote is so appropriate for this stream. Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there? Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Cochin's killer, and after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. Okay. Okay. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route. I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. So now we got renovations, escape through the fireplace, Shinaz's location. Okay. I'm assuming I'm not done with my logic, considering I don't think there's anything else to do in the room, and they were pretty much winking, nudge, nudge, you have to use your special skill. So I got I'm thinking escape through the fireplace goes with either one of these. I don't know which one. That's my guess. The person Kay was chasing used the fireplace to escape into the room next door. Wait a minute, wasn't this the room next door? She was in the room next to Mr. Darn it, I figured it out. I can't connect the badge, there is no option. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room. Oh, that's not looking good for Shinna right now. Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh, it was that person, sir. Yes, Detective. Agent Shinna. Yeah, we're done in here. It looks like more and more like Miss Shinna is the killer, isn't it? Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet, however. I know she is hiding something from us. Okay, then why don't we go ask Miss Shinna herself? No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe. Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I have a 2-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on Damask 2's note. Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall. Right now, sir? No, next decade. Of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we? Come on, Gummy, you can do it. Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go, through the fireplace and back. You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective. You just got to be squeezed in there. Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn. That's so neat. Now I want to try going through there too. There really is the secret passageway through there. I had no idea. It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Bobblies ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall. Okay, here I go, sir. Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer. But there's all that ash and stuff. And your point is, now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through. Yes, sir. Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? No, not yet. There remains a few mysteries to solve, such as the Yatagarasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the 2 weapons that made it across the border, the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies. Mr. Edgeworth, a number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow the leads. Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then all you'd have to do is show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions. Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that? Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Edgeworth? We've been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. Okay, that's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know. That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake. Yay! Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir. Yes, I can see that. Good work, Detective. Looks like you can use that fireplace like a door, sir. Are you alright, Gummy? I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust is all. Your jacket has gone quite filthy. I see the hem has practically turned black. Yeah, well, quite a bit of unburned ink got on it, sir. I see. Thank you, Detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat. What? Oh no, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it clean, but you know. I see. Very well then, as you wish. So because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. And that is... I will have to explain it to you later. Right now we need to deal with the handwriting analysis, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir, I'll be back before you know it. The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis, along with Agent Lang and Agent Shina. And we got to be continued going on. I admit I'm tired, but I will go for a little bit longer. Just because I already feel bad about missing 2 days. So, let's do a little bit more before I call it tonight. I don't have any more anesthesia in me. Why am I yawning? And no, I can't go to bed. It's like 10 o'clock at night, Tyler knows. I'm not going to bed. Agent Lang. Lang Ji says, little cubs never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves. These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means you'll never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor, that counterfeit bills made with Bobbly's ink, they were all of Zheng Fa denominations. Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zheng Fa is in financial chaos as we speak, because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money, the citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor of the House of Lang on this, and have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zheng Fa, and I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh, no, it is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Quercus, you fool! Curse your empty brain! Heh, you're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight, end of story. Shina, let's go. Time to return to our den. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well. Agent Lang! You, Wolfman and the secretary lady! Hold it! Objection, pal! Ah, yes, the Elder Wolves of Skyrim! Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yup, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. Okay, we've got that. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. How long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Shina, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, what are you doing asking her something about something she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babal investigation at all, so I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh, it sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well. I'll supervise you until the end. Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. I love how they both just take them off at the exact same time. I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. But again, well, I'll prove her innocence. So let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony? You mean the suspicious person in a coat that she saw? That's right, the person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended, and what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to review what this person Kay saw did. Kay, if you could please explain what the person you were chasing did for us? Okay, you got it. I first spotted the suspicious person near the open-air stage on the Babal East side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call this suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor. Can do. Okay, I feel like I gotta pay attention to this. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babalese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Cochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... That's when she found the body. Hi, Yang! How are you? Who's there? By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh, and how do you know with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run into this person. Oh, I gotta pick somebody. What you miss? Larry went scuba diving for babies. We learned about fire, and Edgeworth said sus. It pretty much just sums up how this stream is the events of this episode of Stream in a nutshell. Who do I have on me? I don't know. Let me go from back to forward again. I'm not sure. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, Lana took another photo. Through the door. I'm thinking. I'm also gonna take a sip of water because I need to hydrate, but I am thinking. Okay. I am thinking. If she had left through the door... Are we saying if Kay left through the door? Specifically? Because then she would have ran into Shinna, if I'm understanding the question correctly. I think I'm understanding this question correctly. Your answer is Shinna? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened. Okay, I did understand it correctly. I wasn't sure there. I was confused. Because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. My brain had a fart. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Cochin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Shinna, who was in the next room over. Ugh. Agent Shinna, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. You see? Therefore, the Yatagarasu could not have escaped through the door. It just means that the creep slipped out before Shinna made it out into the hallway. I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway, a certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir. Well, when I heard Case scream, I ran towards Mr. Cochin's office from the opposite direction of Agent Shinnah, sir. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Ugh. Again. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened. Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yachagarasu could have taken. I get it, so that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out? Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right? No, not quite yet. Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time. The revolving wall on the Bobbly side is known only to 4 people, and if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours, you really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter, I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window, and since an eerie picture of said escape route exists... Are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yachigarasu's escape? I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible. Now, I realize you may not know this, but... Again, they're just on point. Humans can't fly. Yes, I know we are all very well aware of this fact. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be of the Yachigarasu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yachigarasu that Kate was chasing after. You can say whatever you'd like in whatever language you want, but there's only one language I really understand, the language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in the photo. Maya went whoosh. Nobody went whoosh! They weren't flying! Oh my gosh. Anyway, I present to you proof that the person... Where's the... Oh my gosh. Proof that the person Kay saw in the photo is not the same as the one in the photo. Wait, am I presenting the photo with the photo? I'm confused. Okay, am I correct? Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yachigarasu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yachigarasu heading for the 3rd floor during the 2nd fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the 1st fire. Ugh. So she went sploosh. Nobody went sploosh or kaboom in this case. Nobody went kaboom or sploosh. That's what I should be saying. Yeah, way to go! That's twice you've bit him in the butt now. Don't say it like that. We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is, and how the Yachigarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. As I thought. However, the Yachigarazu's escape route, now that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me. Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up to the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Bobbly side of the case. So, wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Shinnah, explained in my stead? Shinnah is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss? Mostly whoosh, just sploosh once she hits the Wow! Okay, listen. I am assuming that they were gliding outside the window with the intent to not hit the pavement. Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him. Shinnah, you've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth. Alright. If you're okay with it, then you have my support. finally it's down to just Agent Shina and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Now then, what is it you'd like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babalese embassy? Oh, here we go. First cross-examination of this stream. Excuse me, Larry went sploosh Okami. Okay, you're right, Tylodos. You're right. You know what? I can't argue against that. He was technically in a body of water. A very small body of water, but it was a body of water. During the first Babalese fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. Okay. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal. Okay. And then she came from down south. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Okay, and that's when she backed out. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. Okay. And that is all I have to say. Is this now where I present the fireplace? But I'm not lying when I say I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Kochin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good. Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation? No, I moved alone. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi, is that correct? Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic. Meow! Hi! You can come back. Why? You can come back and say hi! And it wasn't when Agent Shina tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale? And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapons owner? Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation. And you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal. I'm sorry. Shina, apologize. I'm shocked we got an apology. I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I never doubted you, not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Shina. Then let's put that to the test and see if she is really worthy of your trust. This promises to be interesting. What are you? Oh, she's in the window. You can see her tail. Oh gosh, you can kind of see it in the background. So during the first Babalese fire, what do you see out there? It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm so curious as to... she can't knock it down anymore because we command stripped the box down. Oh gosh. Yeah, you can rub that now, it's fine. You can't make that fall anymore, you're good. Oh my gosh. Although I was in the next, no, I'm so confused. Although during the first Babalese fire, I assisted in putting out the fire, during the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists, so I'm that last one, throw out the window. I don't even think I have to do anything about that one. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony. Then why don't you... Okay, what is the flaw? Hi! Hi! Please don't turn off the computer. Hi. Don't even think about it. I love you, but don't even think about it. She's thinking about it. No. Are you stuck? Or are you debating on where to go? Yes, I realized. Hi. Hi, let's not jump on the power button. I love you. Let's not do it. She's like, chaos is in order today. Thank you, Boy Bean. I love you. I will in due time. The escape route of the Yatagarasu that Kay was in pursuit of, if it turns out to be... Okay, so I know it's gotta be the fireplace, but where do I present it is the thing. Hi. During the first spot police fire, I assisted in putting out the fire, so not there. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yachigaratsu that had appeared in Babal. Okay. While I was searching, I heard a scream, yes. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yachigaratsu. Well, assuming the Yachigaratsu used the fireplace to escape, you would have seen it because it would have showed up, they would have showed up in your room, right? Am I thinking about this the right way? I think I'm thinking about it the right way, but I'm also like not 100% sure. But if I am assuming, again, the Yachigaratsu killed Kochin, used the fireplace to get to the room the next room over. And she was still in that room. She, you know, assuming she hadn't left the room to go check out the scream, she would have run into them. Again, I feel like I'm making this very convoluted. I think this is where I bring up the fireplace though. I'm so making this convoluted. Being in the room next to Mr. Kochin's office is the problem with your testimony. Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alabastian office fireplace? Huh? Oh, you mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Kochin's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yachigaratsu didn't escape the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Just again, oh gosh. I'm so afraid her neck is just gonna, like, really snap. How do you see? Now do you see? Oh my gosh. If the Yachigaratsu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Shina, meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yachigaratsu. What is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Shina, how you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yachigaratsu, or shall I? Does she have a stiff neck? I believe she does with that animation. Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat, pretending to be the Yachigaratsu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Kochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Shina. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? Wow, she is shaking, and I'm a little nervous that I don't see her face. Shina? Oh no! Oh, I uncovered something I'm really regretting. Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like really like I thought I was gonna get like really murderous vibes, and she's just losing it. Okay. That laugh. Wait a minute. Oh, it's the same laugh. I remember this irritating laugh. I'm getting chills down my spine. Oh my god, are you kidding? It can't be, but it has to be. Shina, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry, it was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh. Are you kidding? Funny, you say? Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yachigaratsu. The prosecutors of this country really are all so very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is.
I do not want any more last-minute plot twists.
I really don't, because don't tell me they're the same person. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route. The tone of your voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose and then we can have a real battle of wits. For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor. Don't underestimate me, I'm not some foolish broad, you know. I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question. My question? Here is your proof that the revolving fireplace wall in Babal was used recently. Oh, because of the ashes? Or do I not have the ashes on me? Oh no, but we technically already used that. Oh yeah, here we go. This is where the ashes are brought up. I'm sorry, but this is really your honest answer to my question. Yes, according to the Ambassador Palladino's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin. Oh? The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there. Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up. Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Palladino said that he forgot to, and so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. Oh gosh. And just what is so funny, please don't make me laugh that hard because my stomach is still in pain from yesterday. Please do not make me do that. Ashes proof? Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I? In that case, let's hear your counter-argument. The counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court. Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago. I have no idea what you're talking about. It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now. I suppose I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. Oh, here we go. There's the rebuttal. In my eyes, all you proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used, but you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. That is such a bob. And there you have it, my counter-argument. Ugh, that's very impressive. She has seen through to the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence. What is it, Kay? I haven't had a peep out of you in quite a while now. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But Kay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. This chase you're running to catch the truth, you must see it through to the very end. Mr. Edgeworth, this is feeling all very Persona 4 right now. You're right, I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth. With pleasure. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Shina, please, show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry, this will be the deciding match, you'll see. After that laugh, I wouldn't trust her with a 20-foot pole. I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Shina, shall we begin? I'm ready whenever you are. Alright, here we go again. Alright. In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. Alright, I had to go over that again. I have no water, what am I doing? So, do you actually have any proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace passageway? I haven't found any yet. Then what are we going to do? There's no need to worry, because there is a loophole in Miss Interpol agent's argument that we can exploit. The one in charge of the Bobbly's investigation was not Agent Lang, which means that with Agent Shina in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with the evidence. That piece of evidence we found, if there is one thing I do know, is that someone tried to hide it from us. Oh, wait a minute. They burned the counterfeit bills to make the fire in Cochin's office. Ha! My brain just put that together. In my eyes, all you proved is that the rotating fireplace was used. Which you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace. So then who was it that used it? I didn't read that whole, sorry. I go back. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing. No, the bills were in there. And don't you dare say that's not suspicious. Haha, we got it! You didn't find anything suspicious at all? I highly doubt that. But I didn't. You can even ask the other man. I don't need to, for I found what you should have a while ago. Excuse me? In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned the counterfeit bills there. Got her! What in the... Again, why have you betrayed me? I'm waiting for Agent Lang to go all Tommy was so and be like, I'm fed up with this world. She betrayed me and I don't care anymore. That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So, what if it was? That's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? No. You see? So there was nothing in that office, nothing you can call evidence anyway. Speaking of things that you Interpol agents have missed, I did find one more. Your pompous attitude is unnecessary. All I require is the evidence. Very well. I'll show you here the hidden piece of evidence that her and her fellow Interpol agents have missed. What did they miss? I completely forgot. The wire in the grandfather clock? Question mark? Because we've already presented that one. You guys didn't know about that? I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. And what exactly is this supposed to mean? A length of wire? So what about it? I'll tell you what, we found this in the Bobbly's embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office. You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder? So I think you'll agree now that I cannot trust you when you say that Interpol has thoroughly checked every room, and that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu. You still suspect me, I see. Alright then, I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete. The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Shina, and it is not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the third— Hi! Mr. Deku chose the third floor was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor. Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Shina was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect. Your team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location. I am not... The elevator? I know nobody was working. Nobody was yellow question mark. Okay, I'll go check it out right now, sir. Be right back. We already went over that area with a fine-tooth comb. Oh, you did? I don't remember that. And I've heard their extensively detailed report about that area as well. I have also heard the reports. Actually, thinking back on it, I checked out that area pretty well already, too. I guess that means we really don't need to check that area anymore, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, if that is everyone's opinion, then I suppose not. What happened to trusting in your instinct? Oh, I do take... Okay. She does have me there. Okay, so not the elevator. No, I know we checked the... I know the open air stage has been checked. The hallway has been checked. Is it one of these? Well, that was the room that Kay found the body. Did we not check the room that Shindo was in? The location agent Shina is, of course, the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough inspection. Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir, I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out the room next to the office. And there he goes. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, do you really think that Miss Shina's the Yatagarasu? Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is. Then I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove she's the Yatagarasu in the question? If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment? As if that detective has the brains for high science. It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? First, that it's impossible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Bobbly's ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. But is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove. Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh, so what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir. You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing. Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Shina, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Aw. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now? These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them. They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission. I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation, but if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say, let them look at your stuff, Shina. Lang? Shina, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right? He's downing you. I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide. Good. Now let us begin. So which of Agent Shina's belongings are you going to examine? I'm going to examine the coat first because that was literally just brought up. Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir. It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Shina. The Yatagarasu that Kay saw was wearing a coat, and I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace. No, you have it wrong. That soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire. And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat? Oh, I didn't realize that hem was that dirty. I'm sure it was just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie? Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace, which I can. How? You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Me, sir? What did I do? This coat, this is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay saw was wearing, and thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. All that remains is for us to show that what the dark substance on the coat hem is. And do you think you can do that? Of course I can. This is the dark substance. It's the Bobbly's ink. We know that. Let me go find that. I know, I do feel bad for Lang. I really do feel bad. You know, all joking aside earlier about, you know, being betrayed, I do really feel bad because that was his partner. He trusted her. That's like if Kay were to, in some alternate reality, betray Edgeworth. It would really suck. Bobbly's ink. Yes, this is what will prove that the coat went through that fireplace. According to the Ambassador Palladino, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning. You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again. My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Bobbly's ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Again, with her neck. I'm a little concerned she might need a chiropractor. Do chiropractors work on necks? I don't know. I don't see one. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet. But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Bobbly's ink on the coat hem. Oh, but I do. And I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds. How? How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove that the dark substance on the coat is Bobbly's ink, and it is not the badge. Touch the coat, wear the coat, burn the coat. Do I wear the coat? Right now? That's not gonna help. I don't have a fireplace to go through right now. So then touch the coat or burn the coat. I don't know what touching the coat is gonna do other than me making a line of this feels like pants. If I burn the coat, it'll burn green, right? That's what I'm thinking right now. If we try to burn the coat, it's gonna produce a green flame, right? We can find out whether that is Bobbly's ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're going to prove that it's Bobbly's ink? Yes, if you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is. Shina, sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to cut off a bit of your coat. Go ahead, I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway. Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something. Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs. And if I could please have one, Kay, we can get this experiment underway. I would wear the coat, show the fashion side of Edgeworth, make him walk down the runway, and there goes the green flame. It's the same color as the flames, it's the same color as the flame's white crystal oil produces, which means Bobbly's ink is a product of white crystal oil, and when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarasu's other wing. Miss Shina, you're the fake Yatagarasu, the one who killed my father. It's about time you came clean, Agent Shina, or should I say, Callisto you. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type to you? I mean, sometimes you do, Edgeworth. Callisto you. I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speaking and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years. You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it. Oh really? And you have proof? You insist that I am this Callisto you woman, which you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me. The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world. Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callisto Yu? I do. It's something that the second Yatagarasu has preserved for us these last 7 years. Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth. I will, Kay, for we have finally come to the end. We'll prove her to be Callisto Yu with this and clip this Yatagarasu's wings for good. Oh, we have something of hers, right? I'm like, what are we talking about? Can I use that as evidence? What else do I have? I'm like, that's the only thing. No. I'm not even gonna say it, no. The key, the knife, the statue, the document, knife handle, counterfeit bills, the ink, the note, the flowers, the spear, samurai dogs, the lantern, the pick. Yeah, that's the only thing of hers that I really have on me. So I think it's the perfume? Question mark? I'm going for it. I'm like, I feel like that's a safe bet. Oh, all the way back. I went the long way around. Yes. This perfume, this will prove you to be Callisto Yu. It will. Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on here as well. This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Bern Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades, which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one. We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Shina, will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test? Uh-oh. Oh, there's the face! There's the face I was waiting for! Not the one we had before! That's the face of a totally sane individual that has not committed any crimes! Oh dear, please stop! Please stop, thank you. It looks like you've seen through me yet again. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Callisto Yu. So you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than that time 7 years ago. Shina, you're... Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you were a spy all along? A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after? Someone who has been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time? Very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto Yu, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu. That's right, Callisto Yu. That's just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Callisto Yu, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly. She's not going to. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. Can't talk. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was. That's a low blow. Punch her! Kay, don't. I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty. Punch her! Oh, God! Not again! Meanwhile, this is not happy. Kay, you let go of her right now, pal. You despicable. Let go of me, you filthy! You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. But that's impossible! My father was the one who created Little Thief. Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Why it has 3 legs? For her neutral special, you wields a gun! The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be. Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu? The real identity of the Yatagarasu is... Oh. Are we saying it's bad? Are we saying it's... Wait, are we saying it's bad? I'm confused. So we're saying it's neither, obviously, because that's actually what you're insinuating here, but hold the phone. The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Brian Faraday nor Callisto Yu. By the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu. Perceptive of you. No way! The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed. Wait, are they a team? Mr. Edgeworth! No, I refuse to believe this! The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client cooperations. Not Maya! Skill number 2, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind ever. What? Now what? Oh, when did he get there? Detective Bad.
I don't want any more last-minute plot twists.
So they weren't even a duo. It was oh baby, a triple. Oh, it was 3 people. Oh. It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind, because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarasu. You. I've been looking for you for a long time, 7 long years, but I finally got you. Why, Mr. Bad? Long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Why, indeed. It was nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end, and this time I won't miss. Stop! I'm sorry! Somebody do something! Hi, who just got shot? It's over, Shina. Oh! Your leg! Oh, that was kind of... Oh, he's good. He just lay. You idiot. What were you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? He's such a good boy. What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you. You really are an idiot, you know that? That's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Hey, sis. Yes? I want you to conduct a full-body search. Shina might have another weapon on her. All right. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please. Sir. He's such a good boy. Oh my gosh. Hey, I found something. What is this, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle because we have the handle. This is a great find, Detective. It is, sir? Let's try pairing this blade up with this handle. Bobbly's knife handle? I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon. Hey, they fit together perfectly. The blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched. I'm going to go return this Bobbly's knife now. Alright, I trust that you'll make sure that it is returned to Ambassador Palladino. Alright, we lost that. Yes, Okami has a handle on the case. Oh, I see. Yes, I will admit, I've been really on the ball tonight. And I don't know why, but I've been. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it, Callisto, you. For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the Alabastian knife, switched the handles, and then took the original blade of the Babalese knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kane near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up? You craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it. Problems? In what respect? Why do you think my real reason wasn't allowing her to chase after me? It was all so I could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Gatewaterland, I knew right away that you were Byrne Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trial of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me? Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight, so I thought to use you, but pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another. Yes, once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu. You were going to take Little Thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key. Then the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday. That incident 7 years ago, what was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment. Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu? Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day. Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Cochin? Then the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings. Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're going to tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Shina? I guess I should tell you then that I was the one who set the Babalese embassy on fire. Where's Maya? Where do you see her? You keep saying she's here and I've yet to see her. And why did you do that? I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills. That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do, but then why start two fires? Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation, after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait! I mean, Miss Shina? Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you. You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot, Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. I don't believe it! What? I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will. Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, Agent Lang. Mark my words, I'm not done here, and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. But please disinfect the wound and get the bullet out of your leg, please. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. You are going to get an infection. Please get that looked. Thank you. Then come back. It's finally over, Kay. I feel like I've peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands. The one who thought my father was a problem to be removed. That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring. Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Jammin' Ninja show. Staying out of sight is the sign of a good criminal. I will admit that. The good ones are the ones who don't go, look at me! Look what I did! Haha! But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome. I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. There is a bit of soil stuck on the ends of these sticks. Weird. Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh? So, it's midnight, the dawn of another day. Hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. You've really done a lot for everyone all these years. Detective Bad, don't tell me today is the day. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything. But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, the smuggling ring you, the Yatagarasu, were chasing after. The legend of the Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you. Hey, Ma, look, I did the thing! That's when your mother becomes incredibly disappointed in you. Like, I didn't mean to be a criminal, Jimmy! I don't know why, Jimmy. Just Jimmy. Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also a part of the Yatagarasu? As I said to you earlier, okay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you. Uncle Bad. Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right? Unfortunately, it isn't. Oh, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad, wait. No, you are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu. Ah, you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, here, I should give these back to you. These are the pages from my KG-8 case files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office. What? Wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. Wait, that was you? So, the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it? Wait, then that means...
I do not want any more last-minute plot twists.
Tell me it's not true! That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG-8 incident, it was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as the prosecutor and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yatagarasu, and vowed to bring to light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with the Amano group. Mr. Armano's conglomerate? We called ourselves the Yatagarasu and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. Real talk though, we had a lot of plot twists tonight that I was kind of not ready for, to be completely honest. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart, and Faraday, you died for it. But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KG-8 incident? After Faraday's death, I looked into her past, and that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KG-8 incident, CCU, she never had a sister. What? Then that means... Shinnah wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto Yu was also another pseudonym. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring. She said it herself, I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto this page of the case file. Please use it wisely. Trump card? That photo that we stuck on there. Try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. It's the mark of the Yatagarasu. But why? This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Cochin had on him at the time of the KG-8 incident 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU. But why is the card adorned with the mark of the Yatagarasu? The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the three-legged raven mark that the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze. And that's when I found out Pull's hand mirror out, and that I look so enhanced. Listen, I don't think he's bad looking for his age. So you mean the cards were written in Bobbly's ink? The fact that the card that Cochin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police. So that's what those white cards are. The great thief that used the mark that only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind. Okay. I didn't make a pun. If I did, it was unintentional. And one more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you. What is this, sir? This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG-8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important definitive piece of evidence. But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amano, and he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. We forced him to tell us where it was finally after the other day's kidnapping case. Oh! This video... Don't come any closer, I'm warning you! This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me. Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday, and the video was his insurance. That's where that prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence. Then that card was not the calling card of the Yatagarasu, but rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman? The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them. The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to withhold from me, and the one that you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is... Whether you use them or not is up to you, but they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law. Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bad, there is no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them. You still insist that, even now, you really are something else. I'll leave the rest in your hands. Oh, we're probably not going to see him again. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagarasu. Oh, do we have to arrest him? Oops, Pops. Not oops, Pops. I don't know why I heard it as oops, but it's supposed to be Pops. Oh, me. Wow, okay. Oh man, that was an oops. Don't ever lose your detective spirit. Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice. Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go. Yes, sir. Is this really the end of a legend? Alright, I think that's a good stopping point. We are just under 3 hours uptime. I would like to save. Thank you. Thank you, game, for giving me that option. I am still super tired. So normally I probably would go a little bit longer. I would go for like another, like, I don't know, close to an hour, but I admit I am, my tummy is still pretty achy, unfortunately. Would you like to not save? Save. Yes, I would like to not save. Save. But everybody saw I saved twice. We're good. Yeah, no, my tummy is still achy from yesterday. I don't know why I'm so tired. I don't know. I've also kind of been in I don't know. I'm just like really, again, I think it's just I've been so stressed for the past couple of weeks about the procedure yesterday, and now that I know I'm
Here's a
okay,
TV that
it's
looks
just
like an
kind of
apple.
like, it's just kind of like, oh, I think that's why the tiredness is starting to, is like kicking in a little bit more than usual. But yeah, no, there's a TV. Oh, please don't. See, I'm talking about being tired. See, I'm talking about being tired, and that just made me yawn. So I am cursed, obviously. I don't know if there'll be a stream tomorrow. I don't know if we want to stream tomorrow. Um, I, some fatigue. Yeah, I know, some fatigue. Um, I know definitely just because my results were showing, unfortunately I do have inflammation all over. Unfortunately that might be making me tired too, but I think it's that, the relief. It's like a whole bunch of things just kind of like hitting me really super hard, honestly. Um, it's I don't know, it's like really hard to explain. Um, but no, I'm like really, I'm really super tired. And I shouldn't be like, man, I feel like I shouldn't be. But because normally I'm pretty good. Um, but I am, and I don't know why. So, but it is that is a good stopping point. Um, I am hoping, next time we come back to this, um, that will probably be the end of Ace Attorney Investigations. So probably next time we come to this, we'll possibly, I want to say maybe more than likely be I don't know how much more of this is left. So I will say possibly, since I don't know. But a high possibility that will be the final Ace Attorney Investigation stream. Then I will try to get a hold of Ace Attorney Investigations 2 before we jump to Great Ace Attorney. Again, if that, it's, oh my gosh. If I stream tomorrow, if I do, probably 2 more Tylenol? Okay, I wasn't sure. If I do stream tomorrow, I don't know. I've been heavily debating on I've been heavily debating on picking up Songbird Symphony. It is a really short game, but it's only like $3 on Steam right now. I also like don't want to I also really shouldn't be spending money, but it's only $3 on Steam. And it's a really sweet short game that I think would be appropriate for, charity month this month. So I don't know, that could be a possibility tomorrow. We could go back to Kirby tomorrow. Again, I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I have to I want to try to make up for, the last 2 days that I was away from medical stuff, but I will definitely try to be here tomorrow for a Friday night stream. Otherwise, there will be Soulsborne Sunday, of course. I promise we will finish up, I promise we'll finish up Chicory. It's just, it got lost in everything we were doing, and then I got really super sick, and then I was away for 3 weeks. Man, I like, that was the thing that I hated about being sick. I'm like, there's so many things that I've just been meaning to get to, and it's, oh gosh, so much has happened, and I'm like so, so overwhelmed. Play Pokemon Sleep. You do realize that Pokemon Sleep unfortunately has not been announced yet. Unfortunately, or I would be playing that. I know it is a super quiet night tonight here, but I would still like to raid somebody tonight, so we'll go see who is live right now. But for those of you who are here and joined us tonight, thank you so much for hanging out. I was like really looking forward to this after. I think the most I was looking forward to after my procedure yesterday, aside from food, was getting back to the streams. So I know health comes first, but I feel really bad because I had been gone for 3 weeks because I was in the ER, and then that, I felt really bad. I was like, I'm so sorry. Oh gosh, anyway, but my brain just isn't my brain doesn't know what to do tonight. But yeah, hi, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. If anybody is new here and they had you had a good time, and feel free to come back. Go ahead and hit that follow button. You'll get the notifications when I go live. Yeah, nap time, I know. I feel like I'm trying not to fall asleep because it's only 11 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna be like in very much autopilot mode for the rest of the night. There are links to there's links to our personal Discord if you would like to join us over there. As well as my personal Twitter. If you want to see pictures of all my animals there. Or, unflattering pictures of me sitting, sitting in a hospital bed because I was like, I'm bored. Oh my gosh. And yeah, I'm also on YouTube. All the old VODs are getting slowly re-uploaded over there too. If you guys would at all like to check that out, as it were. But yeah, that is gonna be it for me tonight, guys. Like I said, I will try tomorrow. We have a couple of friends who are live tonight, but it looks like Rua's live. I haven't hit up Rua in a bit. Who is doing some Elden Ring, of course, which is what we've been doing for Soulsborne Sunday. And Rua's this, you guys know Rua, reptile and amphibian daddy. Really, really great friend. I adore him. So let's go cheer on Rua with some Elden Ring. And that is our raid message before I send you there. We're gonna go bring in the hope. Seal for me, guys. Yeah, and I will do my best to be here, like I said, tomorrow night, guys. But in case I don't see you, have a fantastic start of the weekend, just in case. And then we will be back again on Sunday for Soulsborne Sunday, and have a fantastic Saturday too. Weekend in general, because I love you, and you guys deserve to have the very best the weekend can offer. Have a good night, guys. Stay happy, healthy, safe. You know the drill. And thank you guys again so much for bearing with me while I was sick. And had to take off for the past 2 days just to, to take care of, like, that really important thing. I don't know why I'm suddenly scared of saying the word colonoscopy. I really shouldn't. But I was like, wow, now I don't want to say the word. I will see you guys, though, hopefully tomorrow night. And again, thank you again for everything. Thank you for the support. Thank you for spending your night here, and I will hopefully see you then. I'll keep you updated. Have a good night, guys. Love you all. Bye!